Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, the one and only Hosting Cruz, bringing you another exciting edition of boxing. Don't forget to hit and to like, subscribe to my channel. It's always greatly appreciated. Stay tuned. Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Hosting Cruz, and guys, I am here to talk about not the co-main event, but before that, the fight between Oscar Duarte, 27-2, 1 draws, 22 KOs, versus Olympian and skill veteran JoJo Diaz. JoJo Diaz coming in as a favorite, the bigger name. In my book, the thing is coming into this fight, JoJo Diaz, he was coming up in weight, 140, and he hasn't fought in quite some time. It's been about a year since he fought. And Duarte, the more active fighter, not only that it showed that he was more active, he had no ring rust. Even though he was coming off a KO loss to Ryan Garcia, who's on top of the world right now, it was against a big name, an elite fighter, right? And he put up a good fight until he got caught and stopped. So Duarte, the younger, bigger, stronger fighter, overpowered JoJo Diaz. JoJo Diaz had a lot of success in the early going at the fight, using his skills, showing the Olympian that he is, using his boxing skills, the ring generalship, the IQ, the counter shots, the body shots, everything was landing, the good counters, and JoJo Diaz being himself, the boxer. But halfway through the fight, like around round 5, 6, 7, and more, he started to fade. The facial expressions were no longer the same. That confidence was no longer there. He was no longer trying to really engage with Duarte, and Duarte just coming forward, eating whatever JoJo Diaz throws at him, and just wailing away with his vicious, heavy hands, the left hooks, the right hands, the body shots, working JoJo Diaz's body, just vicious assault on JoJo Diaz, where JoJo Diaz started to get all busted up, swollen up. He got a cut. He ended up getting a cut right over one of his eyes. Forgot which one it was, but Duarte overpowered JoJo Diaz in the end, man, showing that, hey, this is 140. You better go back down and wait. And it was a spirited effort. It was a good fight, but JoJo Diaz was out of it. Duarte scored the biggest win of his career after getting stopped in his biggest fight of his career against Ryan Garcia. Good win for Duarte, even though JoJo was never really a 140, but he's a big name and former world champion. An Olympian, but it was a good opponent. It was a good win for him. It's a good win, and the first guy to stop JoJo Diaz. JoJo Diaz is known to have a solid chin, pretty durable, and has eaten some big shots throughout his career. And Duarte was the first guy, and in those fights, he never got stopped. So Duarte was the first guy to go in there and actually stop JoJo Diaz. JoJo Diaz, being 31 only, got stopped for the first time in his career. Even though JoJo is 31, I feel like he's been around. I feel like he's been around longer than that. His boxing career is older than his age. He's 31, which is still young in boxing. But JoJo Diaz has more mileage than being 31. His boxing career, like I said, is older than his age, and he's had a lot of fights now, been around. But I just feel like this is not the end for JoJo. He already said he's coming back. So I feel not because he's 31 years old and all that stuff. No, I just feel like it was just the 140. It was a bit too much. His power, even though JoJo was never known for a KO artist, his shots was not really doing much effect to Duarte. And just the power shots that he kept absorbing throughout the fight took a toll, and realized that Duarte, this is the big guy. This is 140. So, he's thinking about going back down to 135, 130. He already said that in a recent interview. I think he posted up on Instagram that he was recording himself and saying it. And he'll be back. Turned his life over, turned himself into Jesus Christ. And Didn't know that he was into drugs and alcohol. That after fights he would go home and do that, and didn't know. But you just never know. You only know what's going on inside the ring and not outside with these fighters. But it's good to see that JoJo is out of that, and he he put his life towards the God, and he turned his life around, and he quit all that stuff and just sticking to boxing, doing what he loves, and providing living for his family. So you gotta support that, and you gotta respect it. So JoJo will be back. The thing is with JoJo, the commentators were asking that this is it, even though JoJo already said that this is not it. But in his last 6 fights, he's only won one of those. So, and the last one, like I said last night, he lost by KO by stoppage. So for the first time ever. So that's why you tend to wonder this is the end. Um, I'll be surprised if it is, but I won't. At the same time, I won't. He's only 31, so he can continue. You just got to go back. You just got to be careful. His managers and promoters got to do some good matchmaking here before they make him go in there with a shark once again, to build that confidence again and stuff. But all in all, Duarte with the stoppage win over JoJo Diaz, on to bigger and better things, coming off of that Ryan KO loss. And JoJo back to the drawing board. And we'll see what's next with him. Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Wilson Cruz. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, ladies and gentlemen. It is always a pleasure to talk to you guys about boxing right here. And I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.